Willkommen backen. Ist eine Pathologican. I speak fluent German. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's just gone midnight in the world of Pathologic. 0:22 specifically at the time of loading. Which means there's not really much to do right now. We have to sort of just wait around till morning, survive, and see if we can make any sort of profit. Although profit isn't really like super high on the agenda right now, considering walking around with 26,000 coinage. So I'm not too concerned about getting rich or dying trying. Particularly not the dying trying bit. That sounds actually kind of bad, if I'm honest with you. I'm being super serious right now. Dying, not my favourite pastime. So yeah, we just need to wait till morning. Realistically, my stats are not bad. Not bad at all. So, despite all the heavy breathing and dramatising that our good friend, not Barack, this isn't Barack, Dankovsky is up to right now, there's really not that much wrong with him. So I guess we just prowl the streets, do some knife crime, you know? And by knife crime, I mean foil some knife crime. I mean, it's vigilantism, it's straight up murder, if not self-defense manslaughter, but it works out profitable. So why not do it? Right? Morals are loose in the town of the town. Oh. Interesting. I'm gonna do something that I might regret. Oh, now the combat music starts. We'll let that last one live. That last guard. We're good, right? We're good. Although, to be fair, if he killed this guy, that means we can... Fuck off. Fuck all off. Holy shit. It's a good thing I just saved, isn't it? Did I actually get loot from any of these people? Oh-ho. And that is why killing the guards seemed like a good option. What's my reputation looking like? It took a hit from that. Okay, if we're going to take it, I'm happy to take that sort of hit on my reputation, but we want to make sure we get all the kills, right? We want to make sure we kill both of the guards and the knife guy. All by myself. Because there's real potential for payoff there. Obviously, I won't necessarily get the bandage kit or whatever it's called every single time. I just call them med kits or first aid kits because it's a video game and that's what they're called. Also, where was that rat? Where did it come from? I'd like to kill that before it... No? Okay, never mind then. Ah, shit. Okay, well... Don't fight me, pal. Fine. I didn't start shit with him, he started it with me, you know? Okay, how much did that hit my reputation? Not much, honestly. Obviously, I recovered a bit from killing the knife guy. I took a hit, but I also... Oh, actually, that hit did quite a lot of damage. Okay, one more attempt at getting this right, alright? One more attempt, I promise. I promise, I won't obsess over this too much. I do want to get through some progress. Speaking of progress, by the way, my upload schedule has been fucking dead recently. You know, for reasons. I mean, I've mentioned I've got a new job. I'm working on moving and everything. I'm a busy boy at the moment, but I do have quite a easygoing weekend right now. So what I want to do is get a few episodes recorded in advance, so I can maybe just do some like semi-daily uploads at least for a little while. I think that will be real nice. Got all 3 kills there, so hopefully we'll get some good shit. Come on. And here comes the rat. Okay, one more. just one more, please. You just gotta give me one more. One more swing at it. It's gonna pay off. This plan is gonna pay off. 2 guard kills. It's not gonna ruin me, right? It's not gonna ruin me. My reputation's fine. I'm a good, upstanding citizen, right? So let's just rein it in. Let's take it back a few steps. Whoa, that didn't kill him. I really thought that would kill him. Shit. That did. You come back here so we don't get the rat all up in our shit again. Oh well, 1 shot, huh? Look at me go. Okay. What did we get from him though? That's the real question. I mean... yeah, okay. Fucking... where does it come from? Where does it come from? Did anyone see that? Did anyone clock that little fucker sneaking up on me? I swear last time it came down the steps from in front of me, from up at Bad Grief's place, right? That's the direction it was coming from. This time I saw no hide nor hair of rat. It just appeared. God placed the rat upon me to test my faith. Would you stop dodging me and getting hit by the knife, man? That's not helpful to me specifically. Okay, well. I tried to kill this guy. I accidentally missed and stabbed this guy in the face, but you know what? That works with that. Fucking fuck off! I'm looting your friend. Okay, bandage and tourniquet. We'll take it. We'll take it. I can't be bothered doing this anymore. And here comes the rat. So it does come from behind us then. It just takes a real long time to get here. It must aggro on us from like across the... there's 2 more knife men over there. It must aggro on us from literally across the river and just come full on sprinting all the way around. Which is nuts. I think he tried to throw his knife at me, but it hit his friend as he was dying. Because I got the kill. He did the happy clappy noise to tell me that I got the kill. To rat squeaks, didn't I? Or was that just atmospheric rat squeaks and not literal rat squeaks? Was it hypothetical rat squeaks? Do you like how guards can still drop some loot? It must be like percentage based or something, because guards typically have like a huge amount of loot they can drop, right? If you actually kill the guard, they can have like up to like 8 or 9 pieces of loot they can drop in a single murder. So it must just be like some sort of system where if you don't get the killing blow, they drop like 1/3 or 1/4 of that loot or something, which means you can still get stuff from guards even when you don't get the kill itself. Whereas with like knife men, for example, they only drop a couple of items, so a small percentage of that obviously isn't worth a great deal. Okay, I mean, we need the food though, don't we, is the problem. We need the food. I've just made a bit of money, right? Let's spend the money we've just made, keep ourselves at 25k. Because I get the feeling Dankovsky's story so far seems to be more focused around the economic side of things, right? Barak didn't really care much for money. It was a useful tool to keep him alive, and that was about it. But I've done several quests so far in this parallel universe where it's paid off big time to pay people off big time. You know what I mean? I see another one. I'm getting quick on that, and quick draw, quick save is what I'm getting good at right now. I might not be particularly good at the game, but boy can I save when I feel like I need to. Good thing he didn't go for the quick swing there, because that would have feel like that one didn't actually hit me. I feel like he cheated there. I feel like he's a big dirty cheater, to be honest with you. Getting through those bandages pretty quick, aren't I? I don't want to just get too overly caught up on playing perfect all the time. I don't think it's that necessary, right? As long as you're sort of ahead of the curve a bit, then it doesn't actually matter too much if you make the odd mistake. And that might be the death of me, that philosophy, right? That might be what inevitably causes my downfall. But right now I'm pretty well stocked up on a lot of things. I've got a lot of money. I've been completing most, if not all, of the quests, right? So I feel like realistically I'm not doing too badly and can afford to make the odd slip up. Just so we can actually like progress with the game a bit, you know, man. I don't want to get into one of these situations where I'm just spending forever just repeatedly saving and loading in order to try and save scum the perfect drops from a knife man or whatever, you know. It's not that deep. It doesn't matter that much, I don't think. Not right now, at least. Obviously, it can matter that much. There's a rat there. Save me from the rat, Mr. Guardsman. There were multiple times in my previous playthrough where it was this guard. I thought this was the same guardsman I'd just like spoken to a second ago. I turned around and he was just dead, and there's just a knife guy just walking away over there. This murderer just happened behind me while I was looking at a rat. But no, I was just being a dumb fuck. It's fine. Let's go get the knifeman. Old Knifey McGee. Gonna bring you to my good pal the guard, or whatever he's worth. Not a lot, I know. Typically. And that worked out. I've actually got quite a few. These guys will trade for the things the knifemen drop, won't they? Fuck yeah, man. Take 9 claws. Oh wait, no. For some reason I was thinking that meant they cost 3 each. How fucking dumb am I? Okay, well we'll take 2 for 10. That's fine. That's still something. That's worth 2. So realistically we can do that and get the last one as well. Beautiful. The Twirene I know I can trade for them as well for more. More generally, just generally more, but I do think that has other purposes. It does help with infection, I think, which I've got the tablets for that though. Like, do I need Twirene for that? I don't know. I might be overthinking things. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm notoriously good at either overthinking or underthinking and nothing in between, you know? I'll get hung up on fucking nothing, and then I'm not used to seeing these fine ladies just strolling around the town. Do not condemn us for our lasciviousness. That's just how the local customs and morals are. Nothing can be further from my mind. I just really like the Marge Simpson like pearl necklace going with the shredded bin bag dress. It's an odd stylistic choice, but I don't know, maybe that's fashion now. I don't know what the kids are into. Maybe that's how all the cool people are dressing. Maybe if you go to the catwalk shows, you'll see people striding up and down dressed just like that. Who could say? Not I, for I am but a mere man. Far too straight and far too male to know anything about fashion. I don't know, it's a weird one, because I do consider myself to be a bit of a patron of the arts, shall we say. I'm not particularly highbrow or anything, don't get me wrong, but I love my music, I love my video games, I love my, you know, some quite pretentious films and stuff, you know. I'm into that sort of thing, and I respect artists a lot, but fashion is something I've just never really understood, right? Like, I understand that it is an art form. I'm not gonna say it's not, but I've always just been very much of the mindset that clothes are like a functional necessity in life rather than something that, you know, you make a statement with. So it's never really clicked with me, the whole, you know, Lady Gaga meat dress or whatever sort of shenanigans. It's never really made much sense to me. Maybe one day it will. Maybe I'll suddenly have a change of heart in my 60s and just suddenly become a fashion icon, who knows, but for right now I can continue wearing my fucking £5 t-shirts and jeans I bought in 2004, you know? It's fine. Definitely on the £5 t-shirts at the moment though. The weather is insane. I know this is such a cliche thing to talk about the weather when you run out of other conversation topics, don't get me wrong, I'm very aware of that. But Jesus Christ, it got hot out of nowhere. Like, it's been, I was only complaining a couple of weeks ago, I feel, that it was like still negative temperatures in May, right? And now here we are, the other end of May, and suddenly, like, I took my dog out for a walk today, and I'm pretty certain I'm gonna develop sunburn overnight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty certain that the sun is out to kill me, and my horrible pale indoor body is not coping well with the excessive amount of vitamin D. Is that the one you get from the sun? I don't know. Whatever it is that the sun does, it doesn't sit well with my fragile goblin-like form. I'm way too ginger to be allowed outside during this sort of weather. You up to much, Sabarov? I just thought I should swing by.
Can be looked at without winking.
We did really well last night. Of course you did. Of course you did. It does sound very patronising. We did really well, sir. Look how well we did. Please put my work up on the refrigerator. Yes, little Sabarov, it was very good. I'm very proud of you. I am so just killing time right now. I know there should be more focus on my existence. There should be a bit more of a game plan developing in my brain for my downtime. But there just isn't. Like, if I was really min-maxing right now, I guess I could be using my lockpicks to break into a few houses. I could be running around and checking all the bins. You know, there is stuff I could be doing, but I just can't be fucked. I'm quite happy to just wander around and talk nothingness at you. Whisper sweet garbage into your ears. Sweet unfiltered garbage. While I just take in the sights. Yeah. Revel in the greys and browns of this town. Occasionally do a big mind-altering pant. Like a dog on mushrooms. Ooh. Profitable. Not going that way, there's a rat. That most heinous of all creatures. The most dangerous of all beings. Hey, well, I've not been in here today. Don't think so, anyway. You got anything cool to say?
I've had my share of dancing. The curtain falls.
Now is not a good time to talk, however important the matter. Nothing important, just doing the rounds. Don't mind me. Just taking in your glorious artwork. I really like these like lizard screens. I guess they have a very like Japanesey feel to them, a very East Asian feel to them. But I mean, this game is Russian, right? And I've never really got where Russia falls geographically. Like, I've seen it included both in Europe and Asia at differing times. And from what I've seen, its customs don't seem especially similar to, you know, your likes of your Japan or your China or your Korea or whatever. They do seem like more European in nature, but I don't know, maybe there is certain things that bled over between Russia and its Asian comrades, you know? Or maybe they just like, you know, that person in particular just liked those screens and decided to put them up. It doesn't really have to be a cultural thing, I suppose, you know? There's Knife Man just wrecking house over here. I'll save you, Mr. Guard. Look, I did the really cool backstab animation and it achieved nothing. Wasn't that cool? Quite happy to let him kill the guards, honestly, considering they can still... Well, that's an unfortunate position to die in, isn't it? Considering, yeah, you can get beta tablets and shit off them. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm amazed that knife men just murder guardsmen so easily. I really am. I would consider guardsmen to be the more difficult of the two fights for me, but to be fair, they don't have much health, I suppose, is a thing. Like if you're just trading numbers with them, knifemen probably do put out more. They're just easier to dodge attacks from, so which is why they're easier fights. And since NPCs don't really attempt to do that, they don't really have any regard for their own survival. They'll just come out swinging regardless. Ah! Their faces remind me of tiny bears, and I don't know why. Anyone else seeing this? Anyone else seeing this with the rats? I mean, from this angle, yeah, definitely a rat. But from straight on, they have like a slightly teddy bearish vibe about them. I don't know what it is. It's like the way the muzzle is and stuff. It looks very kind of adorable, honestly. Kind of adorable in a weird, definitely giving me the plague sort of way. I've noticed my infection is creeping up again, probably because I was hanging out in a stinky zone for too long. I think that is a thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, I didn't walk into any clouds or anything unless one got me when I wasn't paying attention, but I think your infection does just tick up slowly while you're in those areas, so I just need to be careful about that. I need to watch myself. Because curing infection does kind of fuck you up a bit. It costs quite a lot in health, and why put myself through that when I don't really need to? You know, there's better places to be right now. Less dangerous places. Like here, where we started the video. Time is a flat circle. We all return to whence we came. I was considering buying clothes, wasn't I, at one point? A really novel idea. A really wild and wacky concept. Could buy some repellent ankle boots. Repellent to the disease and repellent to my chances of ever getting laid. Look at my cool rubber ankle boots. They repel women as effectively as they repel the plague. Look at me go. It doesn't matter, I'm Dankovsky. He's just a sex symbol, isn't he? Every woman in this game clearly wants to bone him, just inexplicably. All he does is walk around, stab random people, mutely loot things, raid rubbish bins and shit, and then just be a dick to people in every conversation he gets involved in. But for some reason, they all want a bit of that, don't they? Each and every single person. Even the men, to a degree. They're just all really into him for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Got that, he's got that sexy foreign appeal, I suppose, doesn't he? The outsider vibe. He's so mysterious and oh fuck, I can't loot the lockpick. Okay, alright. Okay, we have too many lockpicks. I've decided. I'm making the call. We've got too many lockpicks. So what we're going to do... is that. We can re-loot this lockpick. Effectively, that cost us nothing. Pull the knife out just in case. I'm not hoping to get into too much trouble doing this, but you never know. Now let's have a little nosy round in here, shall we? Right, there's fish on the table. This man will try to kill me if I take it. This woman will run from me if I loot this cupboard. Oh no, she won't. Okay. She's not bothered. I might try and grab this fish just as I leave. Can't loot this either because you can definitely see that. This room, has another man in it. Why are there men everywhere? Why don't it be more of a feminine household, you know? Jesus Christ. What's in here? Come on, give me something good. Yeah, you better run. Ignore the fact that she's running. Nothing happened. Ooh, hello. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just here to steal your food. In a time where, you know, food is incredibly scarce and expensive and honestly the most important thing anyone could steal from you. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. What's in your pockets, pumpkin? Nothing. Wow. What great empty pockets you have. How very cool of you. To be fair, I am looting your house. So, I shouldn't really expect you to be super generous towards me. I never found anything I could do with these chest badges, so I'll probably just leave that and take this syringe instead, which I also don't really know what to do with, but... God, she's terrifying. She's not letting me leave. She's trapped me in her impenetrable gaze. Her eternal 1,000-yard stare. The horrors this child has seen and shall continue to see. Insurmountable. Unaccountable. Indescribable. Okay, so. Anything we loot now is going to cause someone to come out swinging at me. I feel like the fish is probably the most useful thing I can grab, but I'll have to get past this guy to do that. So I might be better off. Fuck, he still got me. You know what? Fuck you, lad. Jesus Christ, that went... Oh no. Oh, I angered the other one. This is not going well. I don't know how to fight these guys. I don't fight them normally. I only fight knife men. That's all I know. Has this paid off at all? How bad's my reputation? My reputation's fine. That's something at least. I really didn't get access to much from killing those two, did I? A few bits and pieces in here, I suppose. I think the earrings are more useful than the syringe because we don't know what we're doing with that either. That was another bloke coming at me then. But no, 'twas a mere woman. 'Twas a mere feeble woman. I lost a lot of health doing that. I'll tell you what, we want to kill some time anyway, so fuck it. Oh, I can't actually sleep here. Fuck, I thought I could. Shit, I've just maxed out my exhaustion. Everything is going very wrong very quickly. Okay, we're quite near Vlad the Younger's house. So if we get there quickly, then we can sleep off the hell that we've just wrought upon ourselves. You know, earlier when I was saying, oh, I don't need to play optimally, it's fine if I make a few mistakes. Well, this has just been a slalom of mistakes. It's been mistake upon mistake. And yet I think I'm still committing to it, you know? Okay. Alright. So, here's the thing, right? Infection has gone up, so we're going to have to deal with that. Immunity has gone down, so we're going to have to deal with that. How's hunger? Hunger could use work. How's exhaustion? Exhaustion's fine. Health is low. How is health still low after what I just did? Fuck it, whatever. That'll have to do. Hey, if nothing else, it allowed us to skip forward in time, right? I'm gonna save. I'll save in a different slot because I'm always paranoid, but I'm gonna save. And yeah, we've passed some time, right? We're into the next day. There should be things awaiting us. And our angel has an invitation for us, apparently. Bachelor, as I sit down to remember the horrors I had to enjoy yesterday, a scintillating idea occurred to me. A tiny affair, really. Nothing to talk of, no troubles, no undercurrents, no strings attached, nothing. Not a trifling. But if it comes to pass, we will both come into a spectacular amount of money. What are you waiting for? Hurry to the willows. P.S. Please don't tell anyone about this letter. P.P.S. Don't ever speak of our affairs in public. P.P.P.S. Keep strictly incognito. Respectfully, A.A.A. Putting all those P's, putting so many P's in one place, is just an audio massacre for someone like myself who doesn't own a pop filter for his microphone. You know, most people who upload videos to YouTube try to make them as appealing as possible. You know, they'll do some really smooth edits. They'll try and cut down their content to just show off the coolest highlights. They'll do all kinds of really cool stuff. You know, they'll be really talented people. Don't get me wrong. You know, myself, I'm the exact opposite. I try and deter as many people as possible from watching my videos. I want you all to fuck off and leave me alone. You know, so what I do is I just make it as unlistenable and as unwatchable as possible at all times. You know, it seems to be working pretty well for me, you know. Oh yeah, okay, I've got a couple videos with like 20,000 views, which, you know, not to brag, but, you know, it's quite an impressive number, I think. But mostly no one watches them, so who's winning now? This was my goal all along, ha ha ha. Don't get me wrong, I want you to subscribe. And here's why I want you to subscribe, right? Here's why I want more subscribers. I don't care if you watch the videos, that's completely irrelevant to me. But I want to get to 250 subscribers. I'm on 230 on the dot, I believe, right now, last I checked. It doesn't go up or down much, so I assume that's pretty much where we're still at. But if I can get to 250, there is a program that exists out there wherein mostly smaller indie devs and stuff will give you codes for their games for completely free, on the provision that you make a video on them, which I'm more than happy to do because no one's going to fucking see it anyway, right? So it doesn't bother me, and I get free games, so, you know, keeps me in, and the thing is, like, it'll keep me in interesting games that I might not otherwise have bought as well, is the thing. Like, I'm always seeing stuff on Steam that I'm like, yeah, that looks neat, but I can't really afford to drop 20 quid on that right now, you know. I'm a poor, starving little nerd, and that's a little bit more than I'm willing to spend on something that might turn out to be a bit shit. So if I can get shit for free, then fuck yeah, man, you know what I mean? Great. And I guess it's slightly, maybe a little bit good for the developer as well. If they're real unknowns, then the extra 5 views from me might be a little something to tip the scales in their favour, you know?
Or a mouse in the dark.
Alright, I have a plan. I know how to protect myself from future harassment so that they wouldn't ever dare treat me like that, like they did yesterday. What with all the terrible tests. I'll bribe my way out of this, bribe my haters away. Olgimpsky is greedy. And he could very well use more money, even now. Even if it's true, are you really wealthy enough to bribe Ogimski? I'm totally broke right now, but I know how to fix this. Will you help me? We'll split the gain. Can't I just have all the gain for myself and fuck you because I don't really care? Like, our entire interactions so far, Anna, have been me paying a lot of money to have a corpse removed from your house. Like, it's not been a great relationship. What, do you have a hidden treasure map or something? It's a treasure, alright, but a tricky one too. It's attainable, but it wouldn't yield to me. That's why I need your help. Yours specifically, since I know you can be trusted. Go ahead then, tell me. You must be aware that I'm an outsider too, just like you. I came here a few years ago and stayed for the fancy opportunities this place provides. You mean a ton of unsupervised children, right? Aren't you a piece of work? Wow, that's an accusation. That's a fucking accusation right there. Is he just straight up calling her a nonce? What is going on? I guess we'll go with the slightly less noncy option. You're lying. You stayed because the Ace of Diamonds caravan has been seized and dismantled. Is that really your business? Whether the business is mine or not, the caravan creeps me out. It's worse than cannibalism. Oh fuck, that ended the conversation.
Life is hard.
Well, what, just drop him back in to look you in the eye one more time, Anna Angel? Okay, fuck, I picked the wrong options. I want this quest, right? I want to do this quest, so we're going to load and try that again. Very hard. It's very hard to know exactly what to say to her when everything is just being mean to her, but I want to know what this quest is. I want the money. I know I said I'm not really hurting for cash right now, and that's true. I am kind of loaded, all things considered. You may have noticed my big, wealthy, bulging coin purse. The big bulge in my coin purse. But more cash is always nice, especially when food prices seem to just be going up. I'm sure they do go down again at some point. I wouldn't hold your breath for too long, especially considering how long a day is in this game. So, yeah, it takes a while for the prices to reset, but yeah, they will go down again at some point. I have faith in that. Anna, my dear, we're going to get this conversation right this time, and to be 100% sure of that, we're going to save Scummit.
Can you catch a rat?
Oop. 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 Keep talking. Well, I don't travel alone. I had a companion. He was a snake charmer. When the caravan persecutions and arrests started, his back was broken with an iron bar, so he's a usurer now. A spider of a usurer, weaving a net of debtors. Like a lender? A loan shark? Is that what he is? I don't know. He must have amassed a ridiculous fortune. Imagine how much there is to be extorted. How can it be done? You can tell him you stumbled upon his past. We've been covering for each other up until now, but the caravan is somehow becoming hot news again. The Canes will bury us alive when they hear about it, unless the children themselves get to us first. So I shouldn't tell him it was you who'd given him away, right? Of course not. Never. If you're partners, why don't you ask him to help you out voluntarily? You're planning to bribe the people that threaten you, after all. He will likely share your woes. He's got the same in store for him, too. You're right. Sooner or later we'll face the same situation, but he wouldn't spare me a single coin. No way. Why? He will suspect, if I approach him, he'll think I'm after a certain child, a child that he actually owes me. It's like a debt that is yet to be paid off. Hard to explain, really. Look, it's our business, okay? The caravan used to have its own code of conduct, and according to this code, I have no right to ask anything of the man. Or else he'd demand your rights to the child back, wouldn't he? Do you need money or don't you? You can demand 100,000 from him. He'll shell out as much if you want him to. And you'll get half that sum if you stop asking pointless questions. Okay, that's a lot of money. I was expecting like 5k, not 50k. Holy shit. Alright, show me where he lives. It's the Hunchback. That's interesting. That's interesting. Was it day 5 that the Hunchback disappeared in Artemis campaign? It could well be. It could well be. Going on about having his back broken with an iron bar. I should have put two and two together, really, that it would be the man with the hunchback that we're talking about, but I didn't really clock that until just now. But yeah, the hunchback gets taken away by the authorities in Artemis' campaign. I must have missed something, because what the fuck were they going on about kids for? What was the deal with the caravan? What was the deal with all that? Anna Angel was like meant to have married into the family, or been adopted possibly by the family that owned that house, and then they all died under mysterious circumstances, and she ended up owning it. Right? That's how that all went down. So it's obviously there's a lot of suspicion on her from that, but I don't remember hearing anything about this caravan of kids or whatever, like the child catchers. What was any of that? And the hunchback owes her a child or something? What does she do with the children? Is it something to do with the eerie pitched black room in her house? Does she feed children to the horrors of the abyss? What is any of that? Do I want to know the answer to my questions? I suspect the answer is no. No, I do not. But what I do want is this revolver bullet. For I am quite low on those. Thank you very much. You got anything for me? Not really anything I'm that excited about right now, to be honest. I think I am actually better off trading with the smaller boys if I can get bullets off them. Or just saving my claws for trading for food with the guards actually is also a better choice. And I will keep calling them claws, even though they're canonically called razors, because they look like little shit. What's that guy in Street Fighter called? One with the claws. They look like the guy with the claws from Street Fighter. I'm not really a fighting game guy, honestly. I'm really not. I've tried with Street Fighter, I really have. I just can't really get into it. I'm more into fighters with like combination sort of inputs, where you like press a chain of inputs rather than Street Fighter's more like do a rotation and stuff, and I could never really get on with that very well. I do quite like Mortal Kombat, which I think does have some similar mechanics. So maybe I'm just a big old hypocrite. I don't know. They're rebooting that again. I saw something about that. There's a new Mortal Kombat coming out. Mortal Kombat 1, they're calling it. Not to be confused with Mortal Kombat from 2014 or whenever the last reboot came out, or the original game just called Mortal Kombat, you know? This one's Mortal Kombat 1, so I guess it does stand out slightly as a result of that. Remains to be seen. I mean, I like the franchise. I really like the movie that came out a couple of years ago, actually. I've surprisingly enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would. I just like the setting and the general sort of over-the-topness of Mortal Kombat. It really ticks my boxes. But yeah, I don't know. I might have a look into it when it releases. There, gotcha, the man to do the job. Help me, kind sir, save my poor soul. You're walking all around the town, don't you? Your line of work demanding it and all that, right? Please find my daughter. My little darling hasn't come home today. Your daughter, huh? Was she kidnapped? She must have left at dawn and she's still not back. I went to sleep and slept like a log. The Twirian haze does that to you, but by my side was the pretty thing sleeping. In the morning I woke up to find her gone. Neighbours didn't see a thing, them blind bats. I'll give you anything. I'm rich. Want to get 100,000? 150? 200. Fine. 200 it is. Just bring her back to me. How do I recognise her? Name's Willow. She's 17. Dark wavy hair with the beauty of a very, very beautiful girl. No distinctive marks though. She's a lovely singer and dancer. Now's not a good time for singing and dancing though, so I don't know. Where should I go looking for her? I don't know, everywhere. She might be in an infected district, or maybe not. Or what if she was murdered, slaughtered, seized by them patrol morons and thrown into jail? I've been to the town hall though, no sign of my little girl. So now we have a decision to make. He's offering me 200,000 for finding this kid, who definitely isn't his, right? It's 100% a kid he's abducted, and she's escaped. But 200,000 is a lot more than the 100,000, or in fact 50,000 once we split it, that Anna was offering me. The thing is, I don't know where I'm going to find this girl. The fact that she said she's a singer and a dancer, it's possible it's the girl dancing on stage in the pub, was my first thought. She's 17, right? So it's not going to be a little child. It's going to be like a woman. But I can just get like a guaranteed 50k just by clicking this option instead, is the thing. And then I won't have to deal with all that. And I can leave this girl to not be abducted by the scary hunchback man, right? So that would be the good deed to do, and I'd still make out like a bandit. Just a slightly less rich bandit than if I helped this man do his heinous shit. I'll tell you what, we're going to flip for it. We're going to flip for it. I don't actually have a coin to hand, but I do have a harmonica. I'm going to flip my harmonica. We'll call this side heads and this side tails. So heads, top option, tails, bottom option. And that is, and it's hard to tell on this harmonica which way up it is, that's heads, so top option. We're going to try and find the child. Here, have some money in advance. I've got more where it came from. This is criminal money, illicit money, earned through bad doing. It's time it served a good purpose. Those thugs, those robbers, I've always hated them. Even Nina couldn't take my daughter away from me. How can this be happening now, huh? After all these years of having her here. Wait for me here. Okay, 10k off the bat. 10k off the rip. Can't complain about that. You know, I'm actually starting to be convinced by him. Maybe I'm just a sucker, but it sounds like the fact that he admitted to doing wrong and that the money's ill-gotten and everything makes it sound like he perhaps has turned over a new leaf. I almost said an old leaf then, and I was like, that's not the saying. Almost makes me feel like that is potentially like since he's moved in here, he has sort of changed his ways a lot and is a better man now. And this is just his daughter who's been abducted or something, you know. So yeah, my first port of call does feel like it should be the pub. In all honesty, like even if it's not the dancing girl on the stage, then it feels like that's a place where information gathers. It's a pub. It's where you go to find things out if all else fails, right? That's where the people of the streets gather on a night time, on an evening, to eat, drink, and make merry. You can tell I don't go out much, can't you? Okay. However, it is currently about just coming up for 49 minutes into this recording, so that's probably about my stopping point. I'm probably, as I said, going to record a few of these, so we'll be releasing, contrary to my normal schedule, where I will just record and upload in the day, on the day. I'll probably record a few in advance and see if I can do an entire week of uploads. That would be a novel idea, wouldn't it? That'll be a first for Joe. First in a very long time, at least. So we're going to strive for that, see how that goes. However, that's for the future. As for right now, I am going to say ta-ta. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. Bye.